Good morning, I'm April Zilke, and welcome to this Newsfile update. An early morning head-on crash on Deerfoot Trail has led to a 29-year-old man being put in police custody for suspicious of impaired driving. The man was found heading the wrong way on Deerfoot, causing the collision. 3 women were in the other vehicle, and all 3 were rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries. The man was arrested on scene for impaired driving, and charges are pending against him. A man's body was discovered in a makeshift shelter in Nose Hill Park on Saturday morning. An autopsy has since been scheduled, but police believe that the cause of death is not because of any criminal nature. The identity of the man has not been disclosed. This summer, city charters are to be enacted in Calgary and Edmonton. Mayor Nenshi says they are currently working with the Alberta government on a revenue concept. Nenshi is hopeful to create a better financial relationship between the two levels of government. A lot less passing of money between the province and the city will be in effect from the charter, along with clearing up who's responsible for what. Peaceful rallies took place in Calgary on Saturday over the federal private members' motion condemning discrimination. The motion was introduced in December, and it calls on the government to condemn racist and religious discrimination, study hate crimes, and look into needs for impacted communities. The opposing side argues that the motion attacks free speech, while others say it's a good step towards reducing hate crimes against minority groups. Students from Morley and Eden Valley graduated on the Stoney Nakoda First Nation, and SAIT is at great thanks for it. SAIT teamed up with Stoney leaders to train 30 people to work specifically at planned tourism centers and gas stops. The successful 18 weeks in classroom led to a 90% graduation rate. Graduates are grateful for the education they learned and gained, but also the things they learned and gained about themselves. Now let's take a look at today's weather. Overall today it isn't that bad, although it is March and we're still getting some snow. We're at minus 12 with scattered flurries at 15 kilometers per hour, and it only looks like some more flurries later today. Now let's look at Alberta's map. Overall, it's not too bad. We have some sun everywhere with some clouds. Fort McMurray, just some sun. Grand Prairie, Edmonton, Red Deer, Banff, and Calgary, all with sun and cloud. And then Medicine Hat and Lethbridge with just cloud and snow. Now let's take a look at today's weekly forecast. We have a high of minus 12 and a low of minus 22 with flurries. The rest of the week doesn't look any better, except for the sun does poke through on Saturday at a high of minus 16 and a low of minus 23, but overall it's just flurries throughout the week. Now let's look at our travelers' forecast. Instead of snowfall, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Halifax are experiencing downfall, with temperatures at +3, 7, and 5. Toronto seems to be the place to be at +5 and mainly sunny. The Flames are on fire as they win their 7th game in a row against the New York Islanders Sunday night. Brian Elliott made 33 saves, leading the Flames to a 5-2 victory and a season high of wins in a row. The Flames play at the Saddledome tomorrow against the Montreal Canadiens as they try to continue their winning streak. The 5-game losing streak came to a halt Saturday night for the Roughnecks. They looked like a new and improved team, beating Georgia Swarm 18-12. After a heart-aching loss the day before, the boys bounced back with strength, both defensively and offensively. The Roughnecks play this Saturday against the Toronto Rock and hope to keep this aggressive gameplay up. The Toronto Raptors just can't seem to catch a break, losing 101-94 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Within the first quarter of their game on the weekend, it seemed like they had things handled defensively, but by the second quarter, their gameplay went back to usual. Even with the win the night before, the Raptors' only consistency in their gameplay is losing. Back from their gameplay break, the Raptors play in New Orleans tonight. Cross-country skier Alex Harvey has upgraded from being called the Prince of Quebec to the King of Quebec after winning the world title in the men's 50-kilometer race. He is known as a rare competitor as he is able to compete and win in practically every distance. Harvey was already the most decorated Canadian Nordic skier in history, but this win is quite significant. The Canadian team now heads to Olsen, Norway for the 2 World Cup races. Those are today's top stories. I'm April Zilke.